Well. What do we have here, baby? Real bad man, you get me, bro. Ooh, sheesh, bro. I swear I was in my bed, bro. I was just looking, just chilling, you know what I'm saying, scrolling, and all of a sudden this pops up, bro. Israel Adesanya and Imavov are main eventing UFC Saudi Arabia. And oh my goodness, bro. Riyadh season, I just love you. I love when Riyadh season comes around. It always brings great cards, you know what I'm saying? But this card this is as good as it gets. This is the pinnacle of UFC, man. This is what UFC is about, bro. Stylistic matchups like this. And then the co-main event that I'm going to talk about later with MVP and Shara Bullet. Bro, you know what they did? They said, let me make the best striking card in UFC history. That's what this is. This is the best striking card in UFC history. It just doesn't get better than this. Are you kidding me, bro? So Israel Adesanya, man, and I love this fight so much because Imavov is number 5 ranked in the middleweight weight class. Izzy beating Imavov, he gets right back in the title picture. I know people hate to hear it, but it's facts. Like, if Izzy's beating the number 5 ranked guy, Whitaker just got his jaw broke. I think he's like top 3 or whatever. Hamza just beat him. Hamza's waiting for the winner of Sean Strickland versus DDP, and both of them are booked. After Izzy beats Imavov, there's no one else. What I think should happen, honestly, is I think that the winner of the loser of Dricus versus Strickland should fight Izzy after Izzy beats Imavov, and then Izzy's probably going to end up fighting Hamza. I'm assuming that Dricus is going to beat Strickland, all right? Then Hamza's going to get booked against Dricus, and then Izzy is going to get booked against Strickland after beating Imavov. He's going to beat Strickland, and then it's going to be like Izzy versus Hamza. This is what I've manifested this already, bro. It's already manifested. I just honestly want to see Izzy. The one things I want to see Izzy in his career do is get another win, first of all. This is what we need, bro. A stylistic clash. So I know this is going to be a primary striking match. I know everyone's going to be like, okay, but Imavov can wrestle to my calculations. Technically, he could grapple. Imavov, just like Izzy could grapple, Imavov could grapple. Is it their go-to? Is it their best base? No. They both done their best work on the feet striking. I like Imavov because I know he's tough. He's actually one of my favorite fighters, so it's gonna be weird. Because I'm sorry, bro. Like, I have favorite fighters, but when they go against Izzy, brother, who's this guy, brother? You know, we have to check this moment, brother. So, like I said, I fuck with Imavov heavy, but brother, I gotta go on my side. You know, so I gotta go on my brother's side and defend my boy Izzy. And honestly, though, bias aside, looking at this objectively, Izzy's at a point of his career, guys, where I feel like he went against really well-rounded fighters, really good strikers. You know, coming off a fight against Dricus du Plessis, who's a well-rounded, although he's awkward, well-rounded, it was tough for Izzy, you know what I'm saying? Especially that it was a dogfight. Imavov is tough, but Imavov has a gas tank problem. I swear he does, bro. Look at any of his fights, bro. Look at his fight with even Cannonier when he got the finish. Cannonier was beating the brakes off him, and then like Cannonier just has a bad chin. Like, once Cannonier got caught, it was kind of over. He never really dropped, but like it was a TKO, cool. And then Imavov's last fight against Brendan Allen. Listen, Brendan Allen sucks. They both look kind of washed and like sloppy in that fight. They're both gassed in that fight. But Imavov was just better than Allen. But it's just that I've noticed Imavov's gas tank is just nowhere near where it probably needs to be able to hang with Izzy for 5 rounds. Now, Israel Adesanya, on the other hand, he's been 5 rounds a lot of times. He has good endurance. He's been in dogfights. That Dricus fight, I watched back that fight. The pace was ridiculous. That pace was crazy. It was mixed up with takedowns. The takedowns made Izzy a lot more heavy in his strikes, like lack of foot movement, because he was like, Dricus did a good job weighing him down with his brute strength. Imavov, listen, brother, you can have any kind of wrestling, whatever you have. You're not going to be as physically strong as Dricus. You're not going to have as much, like, you're not going to tax Adesanya's gas tank as much as you probably expect to. I think it's going to be a striking match, but the thing is, what I've noticed with Izzy, if you're going to go for a straight kickboxing fight with Izzy, unless you have some absurd power like Alex Pereira, because even in the first fight, he was beating Alex Pereira 3-1. He looked way more comfortable than Pereira on the feet. It's just a fact. That's how it was. And until the power caught up to him. Against Whitaker, he knocked him out the first fight. The second fight, outstruck him every single round. Whitaker tried to mix in takedowns to try to make it competitive. Still wasn't enough. So you look at shit like this, you're like, when Izzy's going against primary strikers, bro, you have to have something special. You literally got to be Alex Pereira special. And Alex Pereira's only lost to one person in the UFC, and it's Izzy, because Izzy striking's that good. Now, look at Imavov. Do I think he's that kind of special striker that could surprise Izzy with some kind of powerful shot? No, because he hasn't really shown much power. Is he accurate? Is he quick? Is he a good counterpuncher? Yes. I honestly think he might be quicker than Izzy in some exchanges, but like the longer the fight goes, I really feel like it's gonna favor the guy with the most 25-minute experience. We've seen Izzy have people say kind of boring. Dude, that Cannonier fight was not cool, dude. It was a gnarly, man. Like, he had the Cannonier fight, had the Victoria fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, just had fights with people where over the course of 5 rounds, he would just discipline them so much with low kicks that he would make them fight at like an absurdly slow pace than what they're usually used to. And Imavov, like, he hasn't been against anyone like long and rangy in the striking realm. Izzy's gonna be the first one. Now, when you're going against someone for the first time with like different attributes, different length, different everything, it's gonna be a puzzle to solve. But not only that, he's not only just going against someone who's just lengthy. You're not just going against any lengthy striker. You know, you're going against Israel Adesanya, bro, the best striker in UFC history. This is my opinion. I know people, yo, Kenny, get off me in the comments. Stop glazing, brother. He's a real bad man, and you know it just as much as I do. And I feel like a lot of people understand that Izzy probably is gonna win. But like I said, he's not popular. Everyone hates him kind of. So they're going to try to gas. Oh, Kenny, you're just glazing. Izzy's going to get knocked out. Cool. And I love that. And I need that. So when I get this prediction right, it just looks that much better. But, yeah, this is... And if Imavov goes in there and beats Adesanya, like... First of all props to him, and he should get a title shot. Like, I honestly think he should, because he's been riding such a long win streak, you know. I wouldn't be opposed to an Imavov title shot. You know, we get a Dricus for Strickland, too. We don't give a shit about that. You know, maybe after Hamza gets a title shot, maybe you could just throw in Imavov in there, because I feel like if Imavov beats Israel Adesanya, who I think is like number 3 ranked, top 2 ranked, something like that, that should get you right in that title picture. This is the title. I know people, I don't want to say number 1 contender fight, because I really feel like the rightful number 1 contender is Hamza Chimaev, so he's going to get the winner of Dricus Strickland. But this is like the next fight up, like, because after that half fight happens, you know, Hamza's probably going to go in there and probably smash these guys, you know. So after that, I think the winner of this fight should take a crack at Hamza. Whatever happens. He's not going to be along for a long time. He's not going to be here for a couple more years. I think like he might have a year and a half left in him, honestly. So I really feel like if he has like 3 more fights total, I think those fights might be Imavov, Strickland, and then Hamza for the belt, and that's what we're gonna call it. But man, as a Izzy fan, man, as a fan of the sport, you love this fight because stylistic clashes. You're not gonna see, unless Imavov starts to Mario Batista Max and just grabs Adesanya, holds him against the fence, clinches for dear life. I don't know, but I don't think, hopefully not. I would really ruin the fight, but he's just not strong enough to do that. Izzy has never been held down by anyone. Like, you look at, people thought Dricus could hold him down. Who told you guys this? No way. And Dricus is strong as shit, but he couldn't. Derek Brunson couldn't do it. Robert Whitaker couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? People try to wrestle Izzy. You just can't hold him down. If you think Imavov, the striker, is going to be the first one to grab Izzy and just hold him, and like, don't get up, please, you lost your mind. You're a lunatic. So, like I said, I'm gonna make this is not really a prediction video. I'm gonna wait till they announce more fights before I make my predictions. But I think you guys knowing me, you probably know where my head's at. But I'm gonna just say this about this fight: it's gonna be probably closer than some people think. But I do feel like the rightful winner, it's gonna come down to who can strike at a high level for the longest period of time. And I do think one person does that better, and I think that person is Izzy. So, man, this main event, bro, I swear, this is the greatest news to wake up to, bro. And we still have Colby Covington versus fucking Buckley today. Colby's going to win that fight, by the way. I was going to make a comeback to this video when Colby wins. I'm not going to make it anymore because I got to make this video. But, yeah, when I get that Colby prediction right, just had to throw that in there. Be ready. All right. And, of course, this fight. Holy crap, my friend. Holy she's that. Dale. Card of the year, bro. Off of these 2 fights, bro. Card of the year, bro. And you can't gaslight me and say it's not. Card of the year based off these 2 fights, bro. Shara Bullet, great striker, and I'm glad Shara is getting this challenge. He's getting someone in the middleweight division. So MVP's not cutting as much weight, and I want to point something out to him. This is good for both parties because MVP was beating the brakes out of Ian Gary on the feet to a point where he had to let's wrestle. Shara's not going to do that. I know he got that, yo, dude, he's Dagestani, man. What are you talking about, dude? He's going to wrestle him, dude. Brother, you know, Dagestani, brother, doesn't matter, brother. He's going to strike, brother. He's going to strike. So, it's going to be a good striking match. And I love this fight because I feel like people might have a conception in, a conception in their head, but it's a misconception. I really know. I feel like this fight is going to be, it might be one-sided. It might be one-sided. And listen, this is weird because Shara is now ranked. He's ranked in the middleweight division. You know, Michael Page is coming up from 170. If Michael Page wins this fight, I don't know what they're going to do with him. Because if I'm Michael Page, you know, I'm getting a little bit older, you know, almost nearly 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be cutting down to 170 if I don't, like, want to. Like, my body can't handle it. So, listen, if Michael Venom Page can get this win, I'm not saying 185 is a better stylistic matchup than you, because 185 has people like Hamza who would absolutely, you know, have a field day with someone like MVP. But really, Hamza's really the only overly aggressive wrestler. You know, Paulo Costa ain't going to wrestle no one. Like, Robert Whitaker, he'll mix it in here and there. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like 185, outside of Hamza, like, sure, Dricus wrestles too, but it's not all that. Sean Strickland doesn't wrestle at all. You know, Cannonier doesn't wrestle at all. Brahalo barely wrestles. Like, I think Michael Venom Page would actually be a better fit at 185 than 170 against these Usmans, these Bilal, these Sean Brady's. You know what I'm saying? Like, they call me crazy, but I really think so. And like I said, no one's gonna probably shoot takedowns in this fight at all. Main event, there might be a takedown or two from Imavov because he might be getting pieced up, but I don't think anyone's going to shoot a takedown. And it's going to be a problem because let me just say, MVP style is too hard to stand with. Like, and one thing about the karate style that people don't quite understand is that when you've been doing karate and like point fighting your whole life, it's very easy to like, you're gonna have a significant speed advantage. Does not matter your age. The more you age, you don't necessarily get slower in karate because it's a speed sport since the get-go. Like your reaction time might fade a little bit, but the speed is always there, which is why we see we see Stephen Wonderboy have a speed advantage over 99% of his opponents, and the MVP had a speed advantage over every single opponent, from Ian Gary, who's a lot younger, you know what I'm saying, might be a lot more stronger, shit like that, because he's a lot younger and shit, but he was so much faster than Ian Gary that Ian Gary didn't know what to do on the feet. Same with Kevin Holland, who's not really the best striker, but we've seen Kevin Holland knock out Buckley. We've seen Kevin Holland have some good striking exchanges, but he was just so slow compared to MVP. Now, I look at Shara Bullet. He's a very talented striker as well, but he's like very kick heavy, and going point for point fighting against a karate style fighter is not going to serve Shara well. I really feel like people are going to be surprised about how this fight may look pretty one-sided. It may even be a knockout victory for Michael Venom Page. I'm going to elaborate a little bit in my early prediction video with more fights coming out, but I'm telling you guys right now, when I say MVP is too good to be standing with, there's no one in the world who can stand with MVP. I really believe it. Like, nobody on the planet Earth. He's the best striker because he's a better version of Wonderboy because he's quicker, he has better reaction time, he's better defensively, and on top of that, like, I feel like he carries a lot more power. MVP could sleep anyone on the feet. He would have subbed Gary if Gary didn't turn into Ian Nurmagomedov, you know what I'm saying? Is Shara gonna actually like tune into his last name and turn into a Magomedov? I don't know. Or is he gonna try to be Shara Bullet and just strike like a bullet? Shara is coming off a great double back fist, spinning back fist victory. That shit was, it was perfect. But brother, these guys, brother, they're not MVP's level of striking. And even what's that guy, Trocoli or something, who was just like a lot taller. It wasn't that Shara was struggling with him. Shara was just having a hard time like finding his chin because he's a lot taller. He was 6'5". Of course, MVP, I believe, like 6'2", but like he's taller than usual. So he's a taller guy with a speed advantage over Shara, and he has more power than probably anyone Shara like ever been hit with. So this fight is gonna be interesting. But I'm telling you right now, bro, MVP might like surprise a lot of people if he finishes Shara in the way I'm thinking he's gonna finish him. Unless Shara wrestles, Shara's only key to victory is wrestling. If he decides to say, I'm a best striker in the UFC, it's going to be a very upsetting night for Shara. And I love Shara Bullet. People know I love Shara, but he's just, brother, strike. Who give this guy strike with MVP, brother? Who told you can do this, brother? You know, it's just not, for me at least, I don't think it's a path to victory for Shara. I know he wants to be known as the best striker. He called out Izzy after his last performance saying he can knock Izzy out. You know what I'm saying? But Izzy's on to bigger and better things. And listen, I like both. This is weird because the main and Cole, I love both fighters on each side. So Izzy, I kind of prefer Izzy to win because you guys know I love Izzy. That's my dog. But this fight, I don't really. It's like, I don't know if like I don't care who wins, but I kind of like, I'm just interested to see how the fight goes. But I do have a conception in my head, and I do believe this might be one-sided, and I might think it might shock a lot of people. And I feel like Shara's Bullet, a hype train, whatever you want to call it, it might be over. Like, that might be the end of what we call, yeah, dude, the Shara Bullet train, dude, he's just too good, man. You know, like, and it's not that Shara's bad necessarily. It's just that his striking is very talented, but he's doing it against like people who aren't that good. MVP has like showed great striking against great strikers, great fighters. I think Ian Gary's a pretty good fighter. You know, he was just piecing Ian Gary up. Ian Gary cannot stand with him for the life of him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kevin Holland. I don't think Kevin Holland's a great striker, but I like the fact that MVP is not proven, so no one knows shit about him. He's probably gonna be an underdog in this fight. Holy crap, dale, buddy. We're gonna be rich this card. But like I said, Shara Bullet, he's great, but Shara's not great, he's good. Being good's one thing, but you can't be good against a great striker or you're going to get exposed. So Shara Bullet versus MVP is going to be an interesting fight, but I definitely have an opinion on that. But man, this card, oh man, I'm just looking at this main event one more time because I just like feel some type of way every time I look at it. Man, Izzy versus Imavov, the best man will win, man. The best man will win, baby. But yeah, bro, I just had to drop my reaction to this because this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is blowing my mind, bro. Yeah, I know everyone was like kind of wondering how I felt, bro. This is card of the year, though. Like, I'm not even trying to be biased. Like, this is card of the year. Like, who doesn't like striking matches? These are gonna be high level. This is gonna be high pace. This is gonna be talented striking matches on main and co-main. I don't even need to know. The whole card could be just full of people with no hairlines. I'm still gonna be jacking this card. That's how good this card is. But let me know what you guys think down below. I think this card is the best. Have a good one, bro, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.